Hi, Mohammed. Hope you're doing well. My name is Winker. I'm currently working as a research assistant for Professor Bellstein in the School of Computing. I just wanted to take this video to show you some of the new features that we've been building out in Push Me, Pull Me, and I hope you like this. So the first feature I want to show you is the global pre-stress. This was something that's already there, but you mentioned in your email that you weren't sure where it went, so I just want to show you. I've drawn a cable here, and I'm going to increase the pre-stress slider, and what you'll see is that the cable becomes shorter because the pre-stress for each of the cables becomes greater. So that's still there. That's still something you could do, and you could adjust this pre-stress for all cable elements using that slider. The next feature I want to show you has to do with viewing the pre-stress information after a cable has been adjusted. So in the previous build I sent you, once you adjusted the pre-stress for a cable, it was hard for you to view that pre-stress information again. So in this new feature, what I've built out is that you would be able to adjust the pre-stress for a cable element, and then click on that cable element again. You'd be able to see the adjusted pre-stress value that you just created. So here I've created a basic element. I'm going to click on that cable. You see that it's under slack right now, and I'm going to increase the tension of the cable. Now when I increase the tension of the cable, you see here that the actual length of the cable stays the same, but the resting length decreases, because the cable is under more tension. So I've explicitly built this out in Push Me, Pull Me, this iteration, for that to be easily accessible and viewable. So as you previously seen, I've adjusted the tension value for the cable selected. Now I'm going to click away, and then I'm going to click on it again, and you can see that the tension value I adjusted to is preserved. Okay, great. So the next feature I want to show you has to do with extending the length of a beam. And this is useful, for example, if you have a foot and you want to extend the length of a bone to see the impact of extending that length on the foot structure. And once I click on this here, you can see that the length of the beam currently is about 200, and if I want to extend it, I can extend it either the left direction or the right direction. Please note that this feature only works if you have a beam that's on the edge. It cannot be a beam in the middle. So I've extended it on the right hand side. And the interesting part here is I'm going to click on that cable right now, and you can see that the length of the cable has also been adjusted. So it adjusts all the length of all the cables attached to the beam, which is realistic. But the resting length of that cable does not get changed, therefore the cable becomes more tense. Now this makes sense, as if you increase the length of a beam, all the attached cables gets more intense. And I'm going to show you can also extend it on the left hand side, or on both sides at the same time. So I should note here that it's not possible to adjust the actual length of cables with sliders, and it's not possible to adjust the resting length of beams with the sliders. So the last feature I want to show you today has to do with import-export. In the previous iterations of Push Me, Pull Me, once you export a model, you lose the pre-stress information. But with this new iteration, you'll be able to preserve that. So I'm going to export the current model as test 15, and I'm going to import it back into Push Me, Pull Me. And as you'll see in a second, once I click on the cable, it'll have retained the pre-stress information that was previously built in the model. That's pretty much all I have prepared. I hope you enjoyed the demo, and I hope you have fun with the new iteration of Push Me, Pull Me.